Welcome to my channel. My name is Jana Maria and I'm here to do a little video for old souls like myself. If you have ever thought about whether you could be an old soul, then I kind of created a little list of old soul characteristics, and I've got my little old soul friend Pixie here. She's a rescue dog from Cyprus and she's definitely an old soul. Pixie gonna fall like that. So she's here with us as well. So probably about 6-7 years ago I started to wonder about soul age. It was probably 2015 when I did start to read about reincarnation, and then I found Michael teachings and I found out my own soul age, and then it's kind of, my interest has just grown and grown. So I was personally channeled to have had 143 previous lives, and I'm an old soul level 3. This is according to Michael teachings. If you want to have a channeling done, then I can recommend going to Michael teachings website and you can buy a channeling there to find out your own soul age. And they've got free quiz there as well to see what your soul age could be according to the little quiz. Few questions there, quite a few. It's quite long, but it's very interesting. So old soul specifically, we are kind of people who never had a feeling of belonging anywhere. I've always wondered what is it that I'm actually doing here in a world which is so concentrated on achievements, materialism, money, you know, all these outside influences that have nothing to do with growing as a person inside in many ways. I mean, obviously, yeah, you want to achieve something in your life and you do grow as a person, obviously, that way, but there's so many superficial things that us old souls don't quite understand. So yeah, we are often very much of a loner type. So if you're a solitary type person, a hermit type who likes to spend time alone, then you could possibly be an old soul. I have always liked to be alone. I really struggle with social situations. I work alone. I spend so much time alone that I'm probably going a bit crazy, to be honest, when I spend so much time alone. But Pixie's making herself comfortable there. Yeah, and we tend to live our lives internally more than anything. So we think about things a lot, maybe sometimes too much, over analyzing things, thinking, you know, why is the world the way it is. We like to analyze absolutely everything, especially the purpose of everything. That is the main sort of, yeah, the main question of old souls in life is questioning the purpose of everything. A lot of old souls are spiritual rather than religious, meaning we want to create our own faith. Nobody is kind of dictating what we believe in. we want to believe in what we want to believe in, and that there's no set rules for us. We are quite sort of rebellious types, that we create our own faith, we create our own religion, as if you want to call it a religion. I don't like the word religion at all, so for me there is no right or wrong religion, and I have my own belief system that I follow. So that is one old soul characteristic. And regarding the social situations that I mentioned earlier, we often struggle with anxiety in social situations. Myself, I tend to just stay at home. It's like my comfort zone. I know it's not great to completely avoid people, but somehow we find it draining. I find it very draining to sit in a group of people and talk about superficial things. Obviously, if there's a like-minded set of people, then it's a lot easier, but unfortunately it's not easy to find. Not at least for me, it hasn't been. And we tend to enjoy older people's company. I've always tended to, chat to old people. I used to work in a House of Fraser, if you know the store in England, those who live in England, department store, and there were lots of young girls working there. I was in my 20s, and the others were obviously, the young girls were talking about fashion and going out and what they're gonna wear and all these things, and I would just go to the older ladies who were in the older ladies departments selling older ladies fashion, and I would just listen to their stories, their life stories, because I found it a lot more interesting what they had to say. And my first work experience was in a old people's home, a nursery home, where I could care for the elderly, and I've always just wanted to spend time with older people, because as old souls we don't want to talk about the everyday things. If you find yourself not being interested in gossip, in just talking about what your daily life consists of and stuff like that, then you're most likely an old soul. You just want to go a bit deeper, dig a bit deeper, and find the core of a person, rather than all the outer layer, and not going deeper inside. Another very good kind of indication of an old soul character is craving simplicity. If you like simple things in life, for me it's all about nature, walking in nature, long walks in very quiet areas. I really don't like busyness, so very simple areas where you live, where you want to spend your time in, then you're most likely an old soul if you crave simplicity in things like that. Where you go on holidays, I tend to select very quiet places nowadays, and I don't like big cities at all. there are probably old souls who love big cities because of the history and you know, going to museums and seeing old buildings and stuff like that. I love old buildings as well, and architecture and all that, but I just again find it really draining being in a big city as there's too much going on. I'm also a highly sensitive person, so too much going on for me is not ideal at all, because I get very, very tired. So yeah, as I said, old souls are attracted to old buildings, old music, anything vintage clothing, you know, books, music, architecture, things like that. So if you like anything old like that, I've got this is not an old gramophone, by the way, but it's like a replica of a gramophone. It's with modern comfort, so you can play cassettes and CDs, and you can play records there as well, but you know, always like old things like that. Yeah, and we're often quite melancholic. I find myself a little bit of a sad person in a way. It's not nice to say that, but I'm not somebody who is the life and soul of the party always, you know. I rather tend to nowadays avoid parties altogether. I like to have fun. It's a different type of fun, and I can dance in my kitchen by myself, and that's fun. I like things like that. So again, doing things alone, it's quite a solitary life for old souls. And then another thing is we even if we don't consciously remember our past lives, there is a kind of deep knowing that we have been here before. And if you've been to if you've been to other places in the world, and you kind of recognize some places somehow, even if you've never been there. Or for me, for example, if I go to a new city and I walk a route, or you know, something like that, for me it's so easy to, if I visit the city again anytime in the future, I remember like I was there yesterday, so my kind of map memory is pretty good in some instances. It's almost like I've been there so many times in my previous lives already that I just remember where to walk to, even if I've only been there once before in my this lifetime round. What else have I put down here? Yeah, we don't often have a huge drive to make a massive contribution in this lifetime around. There is some ambition, of course, to have a good life for yourself and do well and not be a complete loser as such, but I don't need to be some kind of a CEO of a massive multi-million company. That is absolutely not for me at all. I don't think many old souls are found in the big multi-million companies. This is something young souls tend to do. And yeah, I mean, for myself, it's been quite difficult to find my life purpose, but perhaps it comes as you get older. You start to realize just all you need to do is just be yourself. And for me, it's just bringing my spiritual side out more and more. That has been important in the past year or two. Just following what my soul is telling me to do, try and help others if I can in the spiritual journey, in the spiritual awakening and all that comes with it. Yeah, so those kind of things are old soul characteristics. I would love to hear if you think you're an old soul and what it means for you. As there are a few of us in Instagram, we have Michael Teachings group. I think there are about 8 or 9 of us, all ladies from different parts of the world, which is lovely. And we chat every now and then, and we're all pretty similar, you know, all love nature, we all like quiet life. And I'm getting goosebumps now as I think their energy is with me right now. That's beautiful. Yeah, and we read each other's energy this way as well. So if you're an old soul, you can probably sense energy quite easily as well. And it's important to protect your own energy too, so you don't get drained. I've got this little guidebook, a guide for advanced soul, and I was going to intuitively pick a message for this moment for us old souls and see what comes up. Let's see what the Spirit wants us to know right now. So Spirit, what is the message for old souls right now? My dog is snoring there. Not Pixie. Pixie doesn't snore, but my other dog, Peppy, in the background in the kitchen, she's snoring, bless her. That message. Okay. All right, so this is a message for us old souls. You must begin to trust yourself. If you do not, then you will forever be looking to others to prove your own merit to you, and you will never be satisfied. You will always be asking others what to do, and at the same time resenting those from whom you seek such aid. By Jane Roberts, The Nature of Personal Reality. Yes, so those of you or us who don't trust ourselves, we just need to know that we're on the right path, whatever we're doing at the moment, and it's time to trust our own path as old souls. It might be a different reality, different life for us than the majority of the society, but trust that it's your own journey. We are living the way we're meant to live, and it's our own path and nobody else's, and we don't have to feel bad about it, that we're different, and we can keep on living to our soul's calling. We can follow our soul's calling and be ourselves. That's the main thing. So let me know if you're an old soul, or if you're not, then, you know, let me know if you other soul age and what you think about your own soul age and what you think about other soul ages. And if you want more information, then I'm going to put some links down below. So thanks for watching, and see you soon.